Good morning, Wire to Wire family, man. Go grab your coffee, man. It's time for another morning on Coffee and Sports, man. I'm here with my guy, Gene. Gene, how was your weekend, big?
Very good. A good weekend. Good weekend of basketball. Got to watch a lot of basketball. Royal Rumble. It was a good weekend, man. Relaxing. Very good.
So, Luca rolling, man. You got the NFL coaching carousel spinning like a Madden franchise mode, man. But at the top of this morning, we are talking about Mr. Paul George. But before we get into it, we got Mr. Will this morning. How you doing, Will? How was your weekend?
Good man, good man. Had a busy one. Had a lot of family things going. A lot of family stuff going. Um, got snuck in for the snowstorm. So yeah, had a lot of
Get a
family
lot
over
of snow
here.
down there, man.
Got a couple of inches. Got some ice. Store closed early Saturday. All Sunday and Monday and Tuesdays on my normal days off. So I am here and I'm ready to go to toss some Royal Rumble, baby.
We're gonna bring that in a little later this time, but at the top of this morning,
That
Will,
work?
we need to talk about Mr. PG8 suspended for 25 games for violating the NBA anti-drug program. NFL genius thoughts?
Oh, he's depressed, man. He's depressed. That's why he did it. Come on, man. That's what they all say when they get caught.
What are you trying to
Um,
do? He trying to just recover from injury, man.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I think it's recovery. I think it's a definitely a performance enhancer. Um, obviously, I think he's trying to get back to the normal Paul George. And it's funny because you could see an obvious. I'm like, oh wow, Paul George looks like old Paul George. He's looking good. And then, oh, let's test that. Let's give him a quick randomizer. Oh, now we know why he looked like the old Paul George.
Will, how you feel about Paul George?
From what I'm understanding, it's yeah, it's something to do to take with mental health. From
I
what
don't
I'm
believe it.
understanding,
I don't
and
believe it.
and I could be wrong. If it's something for mental health, I'm a real big proponent of that for men, particularly black men, as we struggle with a lot of things out there, and I think it's important that it's addressed. Sometimes we push mental health for black men under the rug. So if that's true, hopefully we can get this worked out. But if it's not true, and this is something he took to enhance his performance, then yeah, he deserves every bit of the suspension. But if it has anything to do with mental health, let's which is what I'm understanding. Um, I think we need to show the guy some grace because
Well,
again, for
you do know, like, all right, there is black men, a lot of athletes who deal with mental health problems. Ricky Williams, Josh Gordon.
yep,
They turned to certain things like weed or like D Hop. He couldn't get back to his rare form, so now and it messes with your mental. So you go take a performance enhancer to get back to where you was, which I think this is probably the case. Paul George is getting thrown under the rug because of his contract, and he's not performing for the Sixers. So now that plays a part on your mental health. So now I'm like, damn, I got to get back to being me some kind of way. Let me just try this. But that's just my thoughts on it. I don't mean, what y'all think? He took it just
I
get
just
back
don't
to
believe
river.
it. I don't believe he took a banned substance for mental health, and I also don't believe the NBA would suspend someone for a mental health supplement. Like, I just don't. Like I think that that's a thing, a PR statement that people put out to change the narrative of what happened. I think he's been battling with injuries for years. He's been under the pressure of the contract, not playing up to standard. And I think he took a performance enhancing drug. And I think that when he got caught, his response was mental health because a lot of people can't argue with mental health. Do you remember when Tiger got caught
yep.
cheating on his wife and I'm a poor sex addict. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop. Like, you cheat on your wife. You can choose what to do there. I don't believe it. I don't believe somebody with millions of dollars that's been in the league that long accidentally takes the wrong supplement.
I don't think he accidentally did it. I think he did it because of the pressure he's under. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Let's
But
also be fair on. Let's also be fair. He put himself in that position. When you're up and having more podcast episodes than points,
He had that for a
that's
little
something
while.
you've done. That's something you've also done to yourself. But at the same point, if it all comes crashing to a head, and you take something for mental health, and you don't know that it's on a substance abuse list, that's also your responsibility too. So yes, give grace for addressing mental health, but you also have to put the responsibility on you for putting yourself in that position and not knowing that this is a banned substance within the league you play in, and you've been in the league for how long. That's also something that's your responsibility as well.
agreed. Next on the list for today, we have LeBron James heading into his 22nd straight All-Star berth. Now, do we think he deserved it? Give me your reactions to this. I'm gonna start with you, Will.
You know, I'm 50-50 on this because I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. We'll give grace, we'll give flowers for what you've done for the time within your league. And again, he has been, like him or hate him, he's been one of the top performers in the league for decades. I think he deserves to be there. This probably is going to be his last season with the Lakers. Don't know about the retirement tour.
Well,
and
you
all
don't think
that.
Sengun been performing better than LeBron this year?
So what?
You don't think Sengun been performing better than LeBron this
I'm
year?
just saying he deserved to be there. That's all I'm saying. He deserved to be there. He deserved to be there. I mean, the man's 40 what? The man 49 and a half.
Yes.
And he's averaging over 20 points a game in the league. So, you know, he's right now, he's ahead of Father Time. Now, for how much longer, I don't know, because Father Time catches up to all of us. But I think he deserves to be there.
NFL genius. What you think?
I mean, how do you want me to answer this, right? So, like, do I think he deserves to be there? Absolutely. This could be his last season. They put Michael Jordan in the All-Star game for the Wizards when he didn't deserve to be there.
Yep.
Like, did he earn his spot? No, not this year. And I feel bad for people like Sengun. I don't feel bad for Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard probably deserved it over him. But once again, this is a guy
argument too.
Almost on the street clothes tip. But LeBron James deserves it for his lifetime achievement in basketball. Does he deserve it this year over what, like a Sengun? Absolutely not. No chance. But do I have any problem with them naming him an all-star because of the significance of this probably being his final season? No problem whatsoever. Is that fair?
Okay. But so for the starters on the West side, they brought the West versus East back, man. And it kind of looks like a landslide victory for the West to me, if you ask me, man. But I'm going to give y'all the top. Let's start the starters for the West and the East, man. We got Curry, Luka, SGA, Joker, and Wemby versus Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Brunson, Cade, and Tyrese Maxey. Now, we all know they're not going to really play full tilt, but if they did play like back in the day full tilt, what side y'all taking?
So I think they're doing 3 teams this year. I don't think they're doing East versus West, but if you want me to answer this, I can answer it. I think they're doing 3 teams this year. I'm almost sure. But as far as if they played full tilt, the West would destroy the East. What are we talking about? Like, they got the 3 best players in the league right now, and Jokic, SGA, and Wemby. All on one side. They're the 3 best players in the league right now. Argue with your damn self.
Argue with a wall.
Yeah. There's no way. There's no way. Now, look, I'll say this. I think the Eastern Conference players, if they played East-West, they would play a lot harder. Because I think a lot of the guys in the West are more on that relaxed tip. I don't think Jokic is going out there trying to dominate an all-star game. I think Wemby is a very timid person. He's going to not try to dominate the all-star game. SGA is not going to be foul baiting in the all-star game. But if you're asking if they played in a 7-game series, it'd be a 4-0 sweep for the West.
Sheesh.
It would.
You feel the same, Will?
Yeah. There's too much firepower up front.
Hey, he's ain't
for
got
the
no
Western
chance, man.
Conference. That's too
You-
much.
Do you think this is the reason why? Like, do you think this is the reason why they went from the traditional East versus West and started doing like the captains and pick your teams because of how powerful the West always seemed to be?
Could be, yeah. Because either way, you're gonna get butts and seats with that much talent that the NBA has to offer. Either way you go about it. But yeah, it's not. And I agree with you, Damon. It's not competitive at all.
I already know it's like that's why I put in there if they would play
If they
a
would
full
go
tilt
full
game.
tilt, yeah,
Yeah, if they would, but
yeah.
so we got big trade talks. Giannis is at the top, man. Will, I'm gonna start with you, man. They have real trades coming in from contending teams, putting in real bids, and possibly Giannis could be getting moved before the trade deadline. So the teams that are heavily linked to Giannis trade is the Knicks, the Warriors, Lakers, Magic, Nets, and the Heat. Where do you think Giannis gonna fit the most? Be a better asset for a team?
I would love to see him to stay. I would love to see him to stay in the Eastern Conference. The West just has so much firepower as it is. I want to see. I want to see what the Heat could do with him. Obviously, you have to
Go to
give
the
it some.
Heat with Bam.
Yeah.
I
love
think
to
they
see
would
that.
have to trade Bam though.
You probably have to trade Bam. You probably would just to make the money work and maybe get a third team involved. But yeah, I'd love to see him on the Heat.
Well, they do have a third team involved, and the third anchor team right now is looking like it's going to be Portland.
Yep. So I think the New York Knicks is where he most likely ends up. I think it's a deal that moves Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns out of New York, along with some picks. And I think that he ends up in New York. I think that's a perfect fit for him, too. I think that the offense is too Jalen Brunson centric. And I think he would play real well alongside guys like OG, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart. Problem is, I think that there's too much lane congestion in New York because if you move Karl Anthony Towns, your center is going to be Mitchell Robinson. So
no way in the world that happened, David. I'm the biggest Bull fan. There's no way that happens, bro. No way that happens.
yeah,
Plus it doesn't.
Too much lane congestion.
Plus it doesn't help. Plus it doesn't help Giannis being a Bull.
Wouldn't that turn Brunson into a jump shooter though? At that point, no. Yes.
Brunson is a jump shooter. He can make open shots. I think the problem that you're going to run into though is when you have Mitchell Robinson and you have Giannis, the center can always hang out in the lane because you're not worried about Mitchell Robinson shooting from the outside.
Right.
So you have a 4 and a 5 protecting the lane from people like Giannis and people like, Jalen Brunson who want to drive. You have basically a built-in double team. So you need kind of a stretch player to be able to move the center to the outside.
I don't know, because Brunson's play style is more mid-range, driving to the paint kind of guy to me.
Wouldn't you do more pick and roll with Giannis and Brunson?
40% from 3.
Wouldn't you do more pick and roll with Giannis and Brunson though?
I would, but Brunson ain't really a pick and roll.
Yeah, you're right.
Think of the logistics behind it. He's shooting 38% from 3.
Yeah.
But think of the logistics of it though. If you run the pick and roll, you just keep the guard over top because you have an extra center in the lane, so you're not worried about the roll because you're not going to protect against Mitchell Robinson. So basically, when you run the pick and roll, you're basically running a 2v3 because you're not worried about Mitchell Robinson shooting, so you just clog the lane, and that's how you beat the Knicks in that situation. So that's a real challenge for Mike Brown to be able to figure that out, but I think that's what ends up happening.
You like Mike Brown as a coach, Gene?
No. You talking about Black Tibbs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike Brown. So the Cavs owner said he would gladly welcome back LeBron for a third time this summer if he chooses to come back. Do you think LeBron is going to leave the Lakers and go back to the Cavaliers next year? I'm gonna start with you, Gene.
If he's going to do a full farewell tour, I think it's better to be done with the Cavs than it is with the Lakers. The Lakers don't want to sign up for that. They got Luka. They want to compete. So if you want to do a full farewell tour, that's fine. But the problem is the Cavaliers, they're too good to do a farewell tour. So You have Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland. Like, I mean, if he plays there, he better learn how to play with that system. That's Donovan Mitchell's team. He plays on Luka's team.
You don't think that's going to turn into LeBron team?
What?
You don't think that's going to turn into LeBron team when he step on the scene?
Not. No chance. You watched LeBron last night?
Yeah, I watched LeBron all season. I don't think
he's cooked, bro.
He's looking better than he was when he first came back.
Good for stretches. No, seriously, Will, I can predict any Lakers game. If you want at halftime, if they're within 5 of a good team, go bet on the other team in the second half because they literally fall apart every second half. You're a Lakers fan, bro. You should know this. Every time LeBron looks good in stretches. Last night he came out with a lot of energy at Madison Square Garden. They took a 6 to 8 point lead. They were up 10 at one point. And then what happened? The New York defense ran them down and smacked them. What did New York win by 13 points?
Yeah,
bro, it's not it's very obvious. Dude, the way you beat the Lakers is you run every set to go one-on-one with Luka. And whoever has LeBron James, whoever LeBron James is sticking, you absolutely run them. Tell them their cardios today. Just run them around. I'm serious. You know the Lakers are turning the zone defense because they can't keep up defensively?
They can't.
That's the problem.
And because of the defensive deficiencies, I've often called them the biggest tease in the NBA.
It's a problem, bro. And when Austin Reeves comes back, you're basically putting – right now you have 3 guys out there too because they start who's that? He was shook last night. The white guy that had started for him.
Connect.
No, not Connect.
Not Connect.
Talk about what's his name?
He was shook last night. If you watch the game, he was shook. Went 0 for 3 on his first 3 threes. He airball one. Wide open.
Y'all know, man, and I don't understand their rotations. I don't understand how Gabe Vincent gets any playing time. Right? Yeah. And I still don't understand how Gabe Vincent gets any PT. I don't see it.
Man, you got to give your stars rest, man. Who else you got to pull some bench players in to do something?
Man, and that's talking about y'all got Gerald Vanderbilt for defense. Who is he defending?
You remember when Will, you remember when the Lakers won the offseason because they signed Gabe Vincent? You remember
yeah.
Oh my God. We got Gabe Vincent.
That guy's been nothing but cardio, man.
Was it because of Vincent or was it Aiden?
No, this was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago when they signed Gabe Vincent and they got Daniil Hunter. And they were like, we won the offseason. We got the Daniil Hunter and Gabe Vincent.
You ain't with nothing.
All right, let's move on.
It's just Muse.
So it's that time. It is that time. Super Bowl 60 is upon us. Seahawks versus Patriots. Time to give our predictions. Who y'all think gonna win this football game and go home as champions? The NFL genius. Let's give the people what they want. They've been waiting for this.
So I honestly, when this matchup first hit, I said to myself, I'm like, Seattle should win this football game. I think that defensively, they're right on line. I think offensively, they're coached very well. I think their defense is better than New England's. I truly believe that. I think the offensive skill position players are better in Seattle than they are in New England. I think the defensive line is better in Seattle than it is in New England. Mm-hmm. I think the running back tandem is close. Charbonnet getting hurt. Man, I'll tell you right now, I just believe in Drake May. And I know he's had a tough postseason. So when I broke this game down, I looked at the way New England would have to attack Seattle. And where Seattle's really strong is their outside cornerbacks. And they're really strong in the run game. If you're a Super Bowl like props guy, Hunter Henry's got to be the guy that you're betting the over on his prop. I love Seattle to play strong, make you force the ball to throw the ball. But I'm telling you right now, I'm very, very I'm very, very sure that my pick for the Super Bowl this year will be the New England Patriots. And I don't need the 4.5. I'll take them outright. I think they win the football game. I think it's up to 5 now. 80% of the public is on Seattle, and Vegas is not made on the backs of people winning money. I like New England this year. I'll take Drake May and Mike Rabel over Mike McDowell and Sam Darnold. I also think that it's really interesting that Clint Kubiak is going to get a head coaching job in Las Vegas. So
Raiders.
I've watched this happen a lot where coaches get a job in the 2-week gap between the NFC AFC championship game and the Super Bowl. And then that side of the ball does not have the best game plan. You're about to play in the biggest game of your life. Kyle Shanahan, that's an example. Jonathan Gannon is another example. A lot of times when this happens going into the Super Bowl, it's not good news for the team that's losing the coach. I like New England in this football game. I'll take the New England Patriots to win the game 27-23.
Will, your prediction for the Super Bowl?
Despite the fact I don't like the optics in Seattle, I don't like the fact that the team looks like it's going to be sold after the game. So that's kind of looking ahead on things. Don't like the fact one of the coaches leaving. I don't like that. But with all that being said, I think Seattle's the better team. I think they won it in a close one. I think Sam Darnold comes to fruition and realize he can be a good quarterback. Not a great, but a good quarterback. Love Drake May. I love everything he's done this season, particularly against these tough defenses. You got to give him props for that. But I think this is where his road ends, and I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks in a close one, 24-20.
Okay.
What do you got, homie?
I think I'm gonna go with the Sam Darnold story, man. I think they're gonna, after Seattle lost the Super Bowl 49 to Brady, man, sitting on the 1-yard line, and all he had to do was run with Marshawn. I think Seattle about to get their one back, man. I think this is their time. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be kind of a high scoring game. I'm thinking somewhere around 30 to 33, somewhere around there, kind of like how the last game for the
You talking about the Rams, Seattle?
Yeah, that kind of somewhere around that range to get the people what they want. But who knows? But I think it's gonna be a kind of a high scoring kind of game. Now,
I can feel you say that, but I'm gonna tell you something right now, Carmike. I really believe this. You two just did exactly what I want you to do, and we'll pick Seattle. No, seriously. 75% of the public, 80% of the public on one side. I'll give you a stat that a lot of y'all aren't even ready for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know since 2011, there's not been a team that's been favored by more than 4.5 points in the Super Bowl?
Really?
And any team that was favored by 4.5 points, because that was the high, is 0-5 in the Super Bowl. Last time being the 2017-2018 Philadelphia Eagles, underdogs by 4.5 points to the New England Patriots. You got to look at these Super Bowls, and when you see, it's funny right now. That's a great prop bet. The game to go to overtime.
Let me see. I'm looking at it as a high scoring game due to this fact right here. Like the last 7 or so years, the quarterbacks who are first went to their first Super Bowl, which Drake May and Sam Darnold are in their first Super Bowl. They threw for 200 plus yards. So that's why I'm banking. It's probably going to be a high scoring game. Even then with Sam Darnold, he's going to have to shut the people up because he's been getting some blowback due to his performance in the playoffs thus far. It ain't been like his regular season performances. So I'm thinking it's going to be a high scoring one. But Will, I want to read you something that Cam said. Okay. I want you to react to it.
Okay.
So Cam said that, Cam Newton, Drake May performance is given Trent Dilfer. It's given Jim McMahon, Brad Johnson, Brett Grossman, all the players who have benefited from great defense, Drake
Man, get out of here.
stating that Drake did enough to lose games, but his defense has all pulled him through those games. What's your reaction to this?
I disagree with Cam. Wholeheartedly disagree. Look, Drake, you have one Pro Bowl, you have one All-Star receiver, and a bunch of trash cans that you throw into. You got a good running game there. He is winning in spite of. Now, if you give that man every weapon in the world, I think they'll be performing a little bit better. But right now, he is winning with the team that's constructed. He is winning with the team that's given to him. So I wholeheartedly disagree with Cam, particularly in the fact that you're playing those last two teams, those two defenses. You still come out with the W. Hey, I totally disagree with Cam. Totally disagree.
NFL genius.
All right, let's be very, very transparent. Cam's a hater, bro. And
Yeah, he is.
And he says a lot of stuff. He says a lot of stuff for clickbait, and it works because we talk about it on the show when he says something ludicrous or absurd. You're gonna compare a guy. Let me ask you a question real quick, Carmike. When was the last time you heard Trent Dilfer in an MVP conversation? Rex Grossman, Brad
I can
Johnson.
tell you.
What?
Who?
I don't understand how this man could be a runner-up for MVP. That's what it looks like based on the odds. He could be the MVP. And you refer to him as Rex Grossman. Damn, you're a hater.
He was strictly speaking on his playoff performance. He said he did it.
So, okay. They played against the number 1 defense in football in the Houston Texans, the number 3 defense in football, the Denver Broncos, and the number 7 defense in football, the LA Chargers.
Yep.
All of them top 10 against the pass. Yeah. Did he look great? Absolutely not. He's not. But did he do enough to win? Yes, he did. And we could say they're carried by their defense. Their defense has definitely shined in the postseason. But why do we have to be negative about saying a defense is playing well? Well, the offense is being carried. No, bro, the defense is just playing really well. Oh, by the way, I want to bring this up real quick, Carmike. I said this stat, and I want to give you the exact amount. Last time a team was favored by 4.5 points or more in the Super Bowl was the LA Rams. They won 23-20. They did not cover the spread. The New England Patriots were favored by 4.5 versus the Philadelphia Eagles in 2017-2018 Super Bowl. We all know what happened there. Go Birds.
Yep.
The Panthers were favored by 4.5 in Super Bowl 50 versus the Denver Broncos. They lost that game 24-10. The Niners were favored by 4.5 in Super Bowl 2013. They lost that game 34-31. The Patriots were favored by 12 points in 2008. They lost that game 17-14. The Seahawks were favored by 4 points in 2006. They lost that game 21-10. So favorites of 4.5 points or more are 1-10 against the spread and 5-6 straight up.
That's why the NFL genius is the NFL genius, man. Always coming with the factual information.
Yep.
But let me ask you this.
Really look at stats sometimes, man. I'll tell you something right now. Stats have led me to the right decision a lot. I watch with my eyes. I pay attention, but I follow the trends. I follow stats.
Good point, Kyle. Good point, Kyle. I gotta show that. Good point, Kyle. Maybe you also need to talk about you not following on that football when you had a chance to. How about that? Let me get some insights on that.
So, Will, let me ask you this. Drake may reach in the Super Bowl. Does it affect Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Joe Burrow more? Him reaching the Super Bowl before them, who does it affect more?
Well, I don't see where it would affect Joe because Joe's already been to one. If it has to affect anybody, I would say Josh Allen.
Why would you pick Josh Allen out the 3?
Particularly this year. If we're talking strictly this year, he was the guy who was supposed to go. This was supposed to be the Buffalo Bills, not the New England Patriots. If you had it if you had it storyline wise, it's supposed to be the Bills. It's supposed to be the perfect story, but he didn't make it. So if it has to affect anybody, I think it would affect Josh Allen.
NFL genius.
Well, I don't think it affects any of the three of them, him making the Super Bowl. I think it affects Joe Burrow the most if he wins the Super Bowl. Josh is an MVP. Lamar has 2. They can fall
one
back.
of them been to a bowl though.
You're right, but if he wins the Super Bowl, Joe Burrow, who has not won an MVP and made it to a Super Bowl, so it's one of those situations where I think it affects Joe the most. I think Josh and Lamar rest on their laurels, like we don't have enough with the MVP. Whereas not a lot of people can say Joe Burrow don't have enough offensively. He has Jamar Chase. He has T. Higgins. Now, offensive line and defense, that's a different story. But I think it affects Joe the most.
So, since Will said Josh Allen, so I want to bring this up, NFL genius. Josh Allen, it's been reported that he's been playing with a broken bone in his foot since week 16. Does this change your thoughts on Josh Allen not getting it done this season?
Nope.
Nothing?
You a boxing fan, Carmike?
A little bit.
You'll reckon, you a boxing fan, Will?
Oh, a little bit.
You will recognize this quote if you're a boxing fan. No excuses this time, Roy.
Facts.
And I'll tell you,
facts. Straight facts.
I don't want to hear excuses. We don't hear them for Lamar. We don't hear them for Joe. I don't want to hear excuses for Josh. I don't know why it's always excuses for Josh. Why does everyone like him so much that they don't give him that they allow him to just skate by with excuses?
Do I have to say it, Gene? No, I ain't gonna say it.
What are you talking about?
I ain't gonna say it.
I think he playing both sides. He got both sides.
Mm-hmm.
He got the people that's, coddling Josh Allen.
Right.
And
yeah, but it's 50-50 for Josh. It's 90-10 for Lamar.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, this is the reason why, is because Josh Allen comes out to the press conference, he says the right things.
Yep.
But then they turn around and then they'll spin it to, oh, he had a broken foot. He was just playing through it. This could be the reason why he wasn't doing what he usually do, run the ball, take the game into his hands.
But the thing that makes
it ain't got nothing to do with him throwing picks or
nope.
You know what I mean? But it does affect you getting sacked and doing what you normally do.
But the thing that kills me is the fact that when you get down to that late in the season, everybody banged up. Everybody hurt. So that's why I say, and I agree with the genius, no excuses, because everybody's banged up at that point during the season.
Facts. You seen UFC this past weekend. Alexander Volkanovski won the fight, and the guy he was going against had 2 broken feet. You didn't hear him go to the press conference and complain he has 2 broken feet. He had 2 broken feet.
You go out there and do it. You go out there and do it. You go out there and do your craft.
Diego Lopes all the credit in the world. He finished that fight smiling with 2 broken feet.
So I got a little segment I want to do. It's called, would you trade your franchise quarterback for another person? Now, Will, I'm going to give you the option. Do you want to stick with your team or do you want to go with another team? Because I already know you're gonna trade your quarterback for damn near everybody.
He gone like a mud. I'll go with another team.
So what you want to go? You want to go? How about you go for most team? Brock Purdy.
Okay, I'll go with Brock. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna start with you, Will. Do you want to keep Brock or you want to go with Carson Beck?
Keep Brock.
I already know what Gene gonna say. Go ahead, Gene. What do you?
Why are you asking? Listen, by the way, Eagles fans should turn out for this situation. They should turn off. Eagles fans should turn off because you're going to hear some shocking shit. But don't ask me about Carson Beck. Carson Beck's not. I'm going to tell you something right now. Carson Beck will have less than 10 wins in his NFL career.
Sheesh.
You know what?
Gene,
I agree with that.
Jeez.
I agree with that. I'm not the biggest Carson Beck guy, so I agree with that.
Less than 10 wins in his NFL career.
Tyler Shuck already he's close to getting 10 already.
Tyler Shuck's better than Carson Beck.
He better than Carson Beck.
Ooh.
That's the one guy I will say he's better than.
NFL genius Trinidad Chandlers.
I love Trinidad. I'm taking Jalen Hurts though. I'm not taking any prospect in this draft over Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
So
Will. Trinidad, Brock.
I love Trinidad. I love his potential, but I'm still keeping Brock.
Freddie Fernando Mendoza.
Oh,
Brock Purdy.
oh, this is where I might have to switch up. Give me Freddie.
Big ass Gene, you sticking with Jalen?
I mean, love Fernando Mendoza. I'm taking Jalen Hurts.
Shador Sanders.
There we go. We're getting NFL quarterbacks now.
Go ahead, NFL genius.
No, still taking Jalen Hurts, but at least it's an NFL quarterback. Pro Bowler, by the way.
Will.
and that one, Brock's got experience. So I'm still keeping Brock.
Cam Ward, Brock Purdy.
Oh my god, that's a tough one. You know what? Give me Cam Ward.
You going Cam Ward?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all play the stock market?
Not
I
really.
used to.
Buy stock in Cam Ward. Brian Dable there. Buy stock in
Cam Ward's gonna be a good one. He's
I'm
gonna be a
taking
good
Brock
one.
Purdy over Cam Ward. I'm taking Jalen Hurts over Cam Ward. But buy stock in Cam Ward.
That's why I put him on his list because of the new head coach, and they got the head coach and a new OC. So
Yep.
Tennessee might be looking real good in the next 2 years.
Jackson Dart. Cam Ward.
Jackson Dart, Jalen Hurts.
That's Jalen Hurts.
Will, Brock Purdy, Jackson Dart.
I'm keeping Brock only because of the fact that I need to see Jackson Dart be able to protect himself a little bit more.
Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy.
I'm keeping Brock. It's tough though.
Jalen Hurts.
It's tough. I'm keeping
CJ
Brock.
Stroud, Brock.
Oh hell no! Give me Brock.
You don't think CJ better than Brock?
Nope.
If he played behind a good line.
No.
If he played behind a good line.
No. Mm-mm.
All right, no, Gene, keep it Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts, Sam Darnold.
Jalen Hurts.
Will, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold.
I do get concerned over what Sam Darnold you're gonna see from week to week, but hopefully he can show me some consistency in this Super Bowl. But right now I'm keeping Brock.
Sam been hooping the last 2 years. You ain't gonna give him no respect, man.
Yeah, but the thing about it, and that's my one concern for the Super Bowl. What Brock you gonna get? I mean, what Sam Darnold you gonna get?
All right, I got a few more, and then we're gonna head on. Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels.
JD5.
Ooh.
If you're asking who I would take going forward, it'd be JD5. I think JD5 has very similar mobility. And I think that he throws the ball better than Jaden. So I'll take JD5.
Wow.
Brock, Jaden Daniels.
I'll take Jaden too. The rushing ability. And be able to create a little bit better than Brock.
And Eagles fans that are listening, I don't want you to lack that with greatness. Like Jalen Hurts is a greater quarterback. He's won a Super Bowl. But if you're asking who I want going forward, yeah, I'll take the younger, more elusive, better thrower of the football.
Brock Purdy, Bo Nix.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, got the whole NFL.
All right, last two. Jalen Hurts, Drake May.
Drake May.
Will.
Drake May.
Drake May for me.
Will, Brock Purdy, Caleb Transcendent Williams.
Dang. I'm going Caleb Williams. I know most gonna kill me.
Jalen Hurts, Caleb.
I'm going Caleb.
Easy for me. I'll take the Iceman. I'll take Caleb Williams over Jalen Hurts.
So we got, what was that, 2 from Gene that he'll trade Jalen Hurts out with?
I took 3. JD5, Caleb Williams, and Drake May. Drake May.
So Browns got a new head coach.
Ha!
Not Munkin. Monken got his quarterback who he said he wanted to draft in Baltimore, and Shador
Gene, what we doing,
declined.
man?
So
Gene, what we doing, man?
poor
What we doing
Dylan
with this?
Gabriel, man. Poor Dylan
What
Gabriel.
we doing with this?
Do you see Monken, NFL Gene? Do you see Monken turning around the Browns offense next season, man, since he got his quarterback that he wanted?
No.
No?
No. I think Todd Monken is a terrible head coach choice. I really believe that. And I think that Cleveland is lacking in a lot of places. They got to replace their entire offensive line. They're probably going to lose their defensive coordinator in Jim Schwartz. Off he didn't get the job. They are lacking receivers. They have so many holes. They're starting to look like Swiss cheese. No. I don't think Todd Monken can fix it. And I think he was the wrong coaching hire.
Well, Monken, Shador team up next season. What you think?
What we doing? What we doing? Why? It's like the position is so bad. 2-3 people remove themselves from consideration from your coaching hire. Mike McDonald went to the Dane Chargers as an offensive coordinator rather than come in as your head coach. No, this ain't gonna work. This is gonna blow up in your face. It's gonna blow up in your face badly. If you can't establish or get along with Lamar Jackson, how are you gonna make sure Shedeur Sanders be an effective quarterback? How are you gonna have him to grow as an effective quarterback if you can't get along with an MVP quarterback? No, this is gonna turn out badly. Jared Dude is your top receiver. That's terrible. You losing your defensive coordinator, and that line is terrible. No, it's a terrible hire, and it's gonna blow up in their face. That's why no one takes the Cleveland Browns seriously. It's gonna blow up in their face.
Well, so a Hall of Fame voter has said that he voted not to vote for Belichick because he wanted the richly deserved seniors who probably won't get another chance at getting in. He wanted to give them a shot over Belichick because Belichick is inevitable getting in. So that's why he said he snubbed Bill Belichick and voting for him to get into the Hall of Fame this year. Do you agree or disagree with this?
I disagree with it. It's not like some haterade on Bill Belichick's side by that particular voter. I disagree with it. He should have been first ballot. Is Bill Belichick the best dude in the world? I don't think so. But yeah, he got shafted. He should be a first ballot.
Even with the cheating, you think he should get in first ballot?
I still think he should get in first ballot. Look at the results. Look at the results. Look at what he's done throughout his career. Both have a DC and a head coach.
With cheating twice, you still think he deserves it?
Yeah, I still think he's first ballot. That's why I preface it with the fact that I think he's the best dude. No, but by looking at his results, the championships, the Super Bowls, everything that he's done. And then too, you have to ask yourself, well, if you're gonna do that to Bill Belichick, what you gonna do with Tom Brady? You gonna hold Tom Brady out for the same thing? No, I think I disagree. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. If any coach should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, it should be him.
NFL genius, chime in.
Don't keep in mind, I can go back and watch all your sports reports and find out what your honest opinion is. I'll answer only last time, so don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Lying.
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. What are your feelings on the steroid era baseball players not being in the Hall of Fame?
Ooh. I think to a certain extent that's wrong too. I mean,
so my question is, would you thought Barry Bonds should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer?
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
That's not what I asked.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Should he have been a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes, he should have been.
Then I respect your opinion. Then
he should have been a first ballot.
If you're okay with guys cheating and still being first ballot, that's fine. I would have voted for Bill Belichick to make the Hall of Fame, but I'd also vote for Barry Bonds to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I understand your point. I understand people that vote against it. What I don't like about the voter that spoke out is just be honest, just be real. You didn't vote because Bill Polian made an argument that he shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yep.
You cheated. Don't.
Yep.
Well, I really wanted to help the veterans.
No.
He one of the people who wouldn't get another chance after this.
Carmike, God rest. God, I'm hoping to God that this does not happen. But if what would happen if, for whatever reason, Bill Belichick passed this year?
He going into the Hall next year.
Well, no, but he wouldn't be there with his family.
True.
To see that, to feel that.
Exactly.
And I think that's something that people need to take in effect when they're making those decisions. And Bill Polian, I think, is wrong, but I understand the thought process of holding out someone for cheating. And he got caught cheating twice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not ignore that.
Deflategate.
No, you can't ignore that, and that's why I say I preface the fact: is he the best guy in the world? No.
Yeah, but Pete Rose isn't the best guy in the world, and he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So, like, where's your limit? Seriously.
Because Pete should be in. Yeah.
Pete should not be in. Pete should not be in. You don't want to have this conversation with me, Will.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
You're talking about a 32-year-old man that was dating a 15-year-old while he was in Major League Baseball.
Now, see, that I didn't know.
Yeah, that's the problem that a lot of people don't understand about Pete Rose. They hear about him gambling on baseball, and they forget that he was a child predator and he dated her in the state of Ohio because Ohio, the age of consent was 14 years old.
And see, that I didn't know. So you're a piece of trash.
Crazy. But I'm now about to turn the floor over to Will in the WWE segment.
Boy, ladies and gentlemen, we had a Wild Royal Rumble this weekend, Gene. I know you watched it.
100%.
Roman Reigns wins again. What was your thought about that? What was your thoughts about the men's Royal Rumble?
I think Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble is the right move.
Yeah.
If you can get Roman Reigns on more of at least a part-time schedule. Roman Reigns isn't there. Logan Paul is there more than Roman Reigns.
Agreed.
And Logan Paul's been a part-timer. And I'm tired of every time Roman Reigns comes, it's Roman Reigns returns. I think the mic battles between Roman Reigns and CM Punk are going to be incredible. I think that's what you're getting. I think you're getting Roman versus Punk. And I think you're going to have a lot of trash talk. And like, how CM Punk never really wanted Roman for the Shield. Like, I think that needs to get brought up. I think there needs to be deep, deep discussions of that. I think it'll be a great, great matchup. I think it's awesome. But Roman Reigns returns is every single time the guy returns. You can't. I don't want to have 4 or 5 Roman Reigns returns a year. And now he's predicted to take a couple weeks off to think about who he's going to go against.
There's nothing to think about on that.
Raw is tonight in Philadelphia, Will, and Roman Reigns is not expected to be there.
That's stupid.
After winning the Rumble.
That's dumb.
And a bunch of people spent a ton of money to see Raw in Philadelphia to see Roman Reigns, and they won't see him.
Nope.
He's one of the biggest draws. There's no doubt about it. But it's like if I wanted to spend a ton of money to go watch Steph Curry or LeBron James or Wemby, and they decide to take a mental health day or a rest day.
Right.
I'm not a fan of it. So
I agree with you on that. We also have for the undisputed WWE Championship. We also had Drew McIntyre.
Oh, you're not going? Whoa! We're not going to talk about the Masked Man.
Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Well, you're talking about Men's Royal Rumble, and
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna bring it up separately.
All right.
Because I want to get your thoughts on this. Drew McIntyre defeated Sami Zayn. Did you like the way that went down? And you think Sami got? You didn't think Sami got screwed?
I mean, yeah, he always gets screwed. He's not a champion, bro. He's not a world champion. I'm sorry. I mean, they might throw the belt on him like they did with Jey Uso for a couple months.
Just to see.
In the future. He's not a world champion. He's not a world champion. There's nothing aura about Sami Zayn that says he's a world champion. He's also lost way too many times, took way too many pinfalls. That mystique is dead.
Good point. Good point. Let me go back to that masked man real quick from the Rumble. Who, in your opinion, was that done correctly? I loved it, by the way.
I think it's all a ploy for Seth Rollins. I think
Yeah.
that Austin Theory is the masked man again. And I think the masked man is Austin Theory working as a double agent for Seth Rollins. I really believe that you're going to see a whole like wave of fun masked men because Rollins isn't cleared. But I think it's all leading up to Rollins versus Breakker at WrestleMania.
I'm gonna love to see that too.
I think that's what you're getting. And I think you're going to get that in a situation where you have the vision, where you have Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and I think Austin Theory and Finn Balor both join Seth Rollins. And I think that it becomes like a 3-on-3 on the outside.
Who do you think is the best of the division?
It's Braun Breaker. I mean, it was the visionary. It was Seth Rollins, but
Once
I
you
mean,
got
out of the
kicked.
out of the 4 of them, it's Braun Breaker. And it's very obvious Austin Theory is not ready. Like, I don't know where you need to put him, but he's just not it. He isn't. Every time he talks, every time he does anything, it's very obvious he's just not it.
He's kind of like the kindergarten kid trying to get in the popular group. That's what I call him. We also got Gunther retiring the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. What do you think about
Contract was
AJ?
up. His contract was up. He was going to
Yeah.
AEW, and I think that's the reason he didn't drop the gloves, because he wanted to let the fans know he's not really retiring. He's just leaving WWE. I think this was his way to have a farewell match and have some moments for him before he goes to AEW. You'll see him in Ring of Honor. You'll see him at AEW. He's not TNA, whatever. You'll see him again.
I think he'll make a run around everywhere before it's said and done. And there's a lot of matchups you can get with him. Whatever company you want to put him in, AEW, he can have some tremendous matches. Taking back to TNA, he can have some tremendous matches.
He returns tonight. I don't think it's him, but he returns tonight, in my opinion.
All right. And last but not least, before we get on out of here, I wanted to ask you about the Women's Royal Rumble and what you thought about the results of that.
I mean, I didn't know. So Liv Morgan absolutely deservingly won the Rumble. You're going to get Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania. I think that's a great matchup. I think that's a lot of fun. I'm interested to see it. Liv winning made a lot of sense since Bianca's obviously not ready.
Nope.
And I think Bianca still can come back and win the Chamber, setting up Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania like everybody wants.
Yes.
I think that's the move. I was very disappointed to not see Bianca Belair at Royal Rumble. I'm highly anticipating her return. So that's kind of the way I feel. If Bianca wasn't coming back, I think that the Women's Royal Rumble was done. And listen, let's just call it like it is. Sol Ruca, what I say her name?
Sol Ruca.
She had the best performance.
Yes, she did.
Anybody. And then Bouncy for the men's side. I'm not really up on the NXT, but man, Javon Evans, both those people had great performances. So I didn't want to skip over Sol Ruca and Javon Evans because both those superstars had great performances.
You need to put stock in both of them. Definitely put.
And Obafemi is a generational.
Oh, that's
superstar.
just that Joker. Woo.
I don't know how they let this dude in the ring wearing a bunch of donuts around his neck, but
oh my goodness,
he looked like he wearing like super munchkins around his neck.
Yeah. Did you like the fact that Liv did go against her teammate and Raquel Rodriguez?
Hell yes.
Yeah. It definitely showed us every woman for yourself, and I loved it. I loved it.
You even seen them on the backstage when they called Dom Mysterio. She's in the background, happy for Liv. I think it eventually leads to them turning on Liv and Liv turning face again. But if I'm being completely transparent with you, I thought it was great. I thought it was great when Roman went to Jay.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. That's great as cinema. That's what you want. I kind of wish I would have got a little bit more of Alexa and Charlotte, but they're setting that up for Mania too.
Yeah.
With Charlotte eliminating Alexa.
I think that they did a good job with the women all the way around, particularly with the locale and how everybody was dressed. I think they did a tremendous job. Hats off to the B for that. I don't say that a lot about the E, but shout out to them for that. And Carmine, that's all I got, brother.
All right, before we head out for the day, NFL Genius, your new OC in Philadelphia, Sean Mannion, man, is taking over the helm. Do you expect him to elevate Jalen Hurts to another level?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think anybody can know a 33-year-old that's never called plays, quarterback coach. He's obviously intelligent to get a job like this. Could he be Sean McVay and could he be Kyle Shanahan? Sure. Could he be a bust and a flop? Absolutely. I thought it was very smart them bringing in Josh Grizzard, a guy that called plays, to be on the offensive staff, the passing game coordinator. He's the offensive coordinator last year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think it was very smart bringing him in to be on staff. So you have an experienced OC there. I don't know what Sean Mannion's going to bring. I know he's an intelligent guy, and I know that they were looking for a guy that can be here for multiple years. That wasn't in jeopardy of getting a head coaching job after 1 year. So I don't know, but anybody that tells you they know how Sean Mannion's going to do as Eagles offensive coordinator, I need to know what they know. And I'm not saying they don't know what they're talking about, but like, how do you know? He was the Packers quarterback coach. Like, how do you know? He was a good backup quarterback. Good's a bad statement. He was a backup quarterback in the league. He's obviously intelligent. He obviously understands like the game. Might not have the talent to be successful, but I don't know yet.
Will, what you think? Is this OC going to take Jalen Hurts to another level?
It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up question, but I look at it like this. What you had last year, you will probably see some improvement if you go back and look at the tapes from the play calling. So you'll probably get an improvement, but how much of an uptick you get is to remain to be seen.
So NFL Genius did say that he probably going to be there for a couple of years, but you don't think, the way the NFL is with the switch, it's every year NFL coach drama or OCs, DCs leaving, man. You don't think if he has a successful year next year with the Eagles, maybe look a Super Bowl appearance again, that he ain't gonna get offered a head coaching job and leave?
Not at 33. I just don't see it. Like Kyle Shanahan was an incredible offensive play caller for 5 years before he got a head coaching job. Sean McVay was a great play caller for 3 years. You need to see something that's repeatable. I don't think that they're going to give a 34-year-old, which he'd be a year from now, a head coaching job in the NFL off of one season as an OC. I just don't.
Yeah.
You never know with the way this NFL is going, man. Like, they switching out OCs, DCs, and head coaches. Like, I have never seen it like this before. It's bad to me, if you ask me. But
it's obviously bad, but like, think of it this way, Carmike. When they promoted from within, they're 0-2. When they hired from without, they're 2-0. So they hired Shane Steichen. He was great, got a head coaching job. They hired Kellen Winslow. He was fine. Got Kellen Winslow. Kellen Moore, he was good. He got a head coaching job. So when you hire from outside the organization for your offensive coordinator, they're 2-0 right now. When they promote from within, Brian Johnson and this Judas, I'm not even going to call him by his full name, Judas, who's been leaking all the stuff to the press, they're 0-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our time. I appreciate everybody stopping to
Oh,
Coffee
my
and
goodness.
Sports this morning with me, Will, and NFL Genius. NFL Genius, got any closing remarks for our people?
Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you tune in to Sports Report tonight. My man William D. Morgan has been killing it. I think they had like 1,900 views last week on YouTube. Absolutely knocking out the ballpark. It's a great show. It's a fun show. It's a good show to put on in the background while you're watching sports and just relax and listen to. It's just a bunch of guys hanging out. So make sure you tune in to Sports Report tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dang, Will, he took your closing out, man.
It's all good. It's all good.
I want to give him a shout out. He deserved it.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Big Will, close us out, man.
All right, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody being here in the chat. We do appreciate it. Wide to Wide Network, you've been fantastic. I'll see you guys tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, and I want to make sure all of you have a great rest of your day.